I'm not letting that hit.
Sure?
Yes.
Are you sure though?
Yes.
Have you considered letting it hit?
Guard.
Hey everyone, this is Curb and I bring you another history match. Today we once again are looking at Ezel, and we're going to be seeing it going up against another deck that got some improvements in BT6, that of course being Nova Grapplers. So let's go ahead and get into the match. So for this match, I'm looking at my opening hand and it is not looking very good. I had 2 PGs as my only ride target, so I did have to actually ride into that Twin Blader. Thankfully I am saved, due to the fact that Darren is missing either the Bowmains or the Gareth there in order to actually ride up. I didn't actually have a grade 2, but thankfully I managed to top deck a Black Tortoise, and we're going to swing for that 13, which of course does have that on hit to search the Azure Dragon. Unfortunately, the attack is not going to be going through. That's a pretty easy 10k no to pass. We're going to see the Ezel being ridden, you know, just the normal way, and calling a column of Bowmains along with that Gareth, which is going to be turning out 2 magic columns against my 8k base Vanguard. We see a double trigger being flipped here, swing for 28, an absolute massive number. I am going to have to just commit that last PG, and I think I did see another PG go into my damage zone as well. So out 3 PGs, not really looking that great for me. I don't really have that many good units to actually call. So I'm going to end up creating just 1 column here with the Scarlet Bird and the Tough Boy. Get a little more on-hit pressure there. Going to be swinging at the Asura Kaiser, getting a stand trigger. Making a little bit of misplay, I restand the Scarlet Bird, which I maybe shouldn't have, because technically that attack was going to hit, so I could have also used White Tiger's attack to counterblast 1 and put its soul to restand the Scarlet Bird. I could have used stand trigger on my Tough Boy and then create a stronger column there, but of course that is not what I'm going to end up doing. But we'll see. We can still keep the White Tiger around for next turn. So we got a Vivian here, not going to be able to hit unboosted, so it looks like we don't actually have another unit that we want to commit. Looks like our hand's just full of triggers and PGs as we're swinging in the Ezel for a still pretty decently numbered 19. Just gonna opt to not guard here, because if I throw down a 10k, that is still just a 1 to pass. And as you can see, I'm very much behind in this match. I've got very few rear guards, and I have very high damage, and I'm going to be calling out a copy of Azure Dragon, which is honestly what I think Azure Dragon is kind of better at in this deck, instead of just using it as your Vanguard and having maybe hitting one of the 3 Persona Blasts. I think it's just better to call it as a rear guard, as a beast deity that you can guarantee restand with the White Tiger there. So we did actually see me checking a grade 3, standing the Tough Boy, and then of course using the White Tiger skill in order to restand the Azure Dragon. So comboing the Azure Dragon with the Asura Kaiser does make for some pretty good columns, and actual just like restand potential. Anyways, Ezel at 4, gonna be using that Limit Break, counterblasting the 2, getting a Slagle Dagger, you know, kind of exactly what you want in that situation. You've got a very big Vanguard swing here, along with that Vivian that can now hit and is a magic number against this 11k base Vanguard. So I'm going to be guarding for 30. As you saw there, that is going to be actually a 1 to pass. I think we both forgot to account for the extra 7k that you do get off Slagle Dagger. So another 10k to block the Vivian. I don't want him to get more units, even though he has a full board. Probably wouldn't have used it. So there might have been some logic to just like taking that first swing and hoping for a defensive. But in the long run, it doesn't matter, because I didn't actually get any defensive. And I think that's actually another Twin Blader that just went to damage. So finally going to be able to create a second column with that Brutal Jack and Tough Boy. I figure I'm already on the downswing. I'm right at 5. I've got to put down as much pressure as I possibly can. We swing the Asura Kaiser, getting a grade 3 here, standing the Brutal Jack, which is nice for the pressure, but at the same time, it's you know, it's less shield value in my hand. I do get a stand chair, so I stand the entire column. I've got those 2 more attacks here. One this for 19, the other for 24. Of course, that is still not going to be enough to push that last final damage. And things are looking pretty bad for me. If I had managed to get like a heal trigger during that last turn, things would be in a little bit of a better situation, but I'm sitting here with 4 cards in hand, one of which being that heal trigger. Ezel uses Slim Break, so it's now at 28 with that full board here. So unfortunately, we're actually seeing a heal trigger, but coming from Ezel, and I'm going to check that 6 damage, and it's not going to be a heal. So yet another game where Ezel kind of dominates, but I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to do all these YouTube things, so like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.